Hey everybody! Have you ever been browsing sewing books online and wondered if the projects in them are any good? Well, if it's this book, you're in luck today because I made every single project in this book and I'm going to show them all to you. And spoiler alert, yes, these are all excellent patterns. This is totally worth getting. It's called Stitch Sewing Organizers by Aneela Hoey. She has some PDF patterns available online as well. I've used several of those. They're awesome. So if you've been on the fence about this book, I assure you it's wonderful, and I'm going to show you every single project in this book made up. So I'm going to be careful not to show any of the measurements in the book because of course that would defeat the purpose and you need to buy the book and support the artist. But there are several, you can see them all laid on this table, several projects that you can make in this book. So I'm just going to get right into it and show you. So this first one is the Needlebook Plus. And here it is. It's got this little tie closure. And then on the inside, you have some pockets. This is a little removable pin cushion. This is also really, really scrap friendly. It has some pages that you can put needles or pins into. This is wool blend felt. And then there is a pocket here and another pocket here. This is super, super useful. And again, great scrap buster. You can see I've used like 4 different fabrics from my scrap bin on this one. The next one is the handy fold-up pouch. And there are 2 sizes, and I made both. So we first have the large size right here. You can see it's got this little strap across here. This doesn't take any hardware to make. There's no closures on it except for this little strap. And you can see here, it's got a little opening and then the flap tucks under this strap. And then here is the smaller size. I made 2 of those out of this cute kitty fabric. And it's the same thing, just a lot smaller. And also, great scrap buster. The next one, this is kind of an unusual project. This is the covered tape measure. It uses a specific Dritz retractable tape measure, which I easily found on Amazon, and it tells you in the book the size that it needs to be. But you can see it's covered on all sizes, and it's got a little strip gusset thing, and you just hand sew this all together. You can see the tape measure still works. You can still push the button on the side to retract it. So kind of cute. It's not something I would have normally made, but now that I made it, I think it's really cool. Next one, you've surely seen one of these before, but it is the classic tomato pin cushion. I did not make mine green because I wanted to use supplies that I had on hand, so I used this teal Essex linen and then some wool blend felt on the top for the little leaves, and embroidery floss to make the little, whatever these are called. And it's even got the cute little strawberry thing at the top. It's really cute. And you can see I've been using this all the time. Yes, you can definitely buy one of these for $1, but this one is just kind of, I don't know, it's just more special, especially for something that you're going to be using all the time. You know, why not make a really cool looking one that goes with your sewing room? Next up, this is the Fold Up Sewing Folio. Doesn't look like much from here, but let me show you it open. It's got the same little strap that you tuck a flap into, just like the little handy fold up. So let's open it up. Check this out. It's got so much storage in it. So first we have a clear vinyl pocket, and that closes with a zipper. We've got this area for storing pins and needles, again, wool blend felt. We have a pin cushion. We've got 2 little pockets here, 2 bigger pockets here. This would be great for scissors. And you can also fit several spools of thread in this. And then over here, this would be great for your marking tools. So look at all that space you got, and then you can use a large scale print across the back like I did. Isn't this beautiful? and then it just folds right up again. This is really great for traveling, or just to have a handy sewing kit if you're sitting on the couch doing some hand sewing. Next up, this is the 2-in-1 case. This is really cool. I think I've made 3 of these already. But again, another great use of a large scale print. In the pattern, it has you use a magnetic snap, which I also did here, but if you didn't want to do that, you could always use a regular button with a buttonhole, or you could use a cam snap. But you can see right here, this is quite straightforward. It's basically some rectangles of fabric with interfacing, put some clear vinyl over the top, you got your zippers on either side, you stitch down the center to make 2 separate pockets, and then you just bind it. This is actually much easier than it looks. So you can see, got all of this space in here, and it's the same on both sides. And let me show you the back. See, you could use a really large scale print on the back of that and it wouldn't be broken up. And then you can see here, I put a little tag in the binding as I was sewing it. All right, next one. This is called the Book and Tool Folio. Let me grab that. This thing is big. On theirs, she uses a button and buttonhole, but I prefer to just use my Juki straight stitch machine for everything and not dust off my other machine, so I use a cam snap instead. So you can see, opens up, and check this out. Actually, the whole entire book could fit in here, but this would be nice for someone who needs to take like papers and things like that, like maybe like a social worker or a teacher. I think this would be really useful. You can see right here, there's 2 large full height pockets. Then there are these slightly shorter pockets here. You've got a zipper pocket on either side. That'd be great for maybe pens or business cards. And then look right here, we've got 2 shorter pockets on either side. So lots of space, and you can see I used a whole variety of different Tula pink fabrics to make this. And then again, could you imagine how great a large scale print would look on this type of pattern? Look at all this uninterrupted space you have. Of course, you can use a small scale print like I did too. Looks cool no matter what. So there's that. Next, this is called the See It All pouch, and I've made several of these. Let me show you one of them. And another Tula pink print. But this is so beautiful. You can see on the back and the front, I use the same fabrics. You can use different ones if you'd like. And it's just got a bias binding around the edge, clear vinyl in the front. And then you see you can just open it up and you can put your stuff in there. Super handy. It's a really good size. It's probably like the size of a composition book. So you can really fit a lot of stuff in there. And it's really quick. It sews up so fast. Here we have the Drawstring Pouch. I think I've made maybe 3 of those. Here's one of them. Use some really pretty cat fabric. And then this drawstring casing at the top. It's a really small, so you could use up your scraps. And then in the pattern, she uses fabric to make the drawstring. I instead used grosgrain ribbon. You can see it works real nicely. And then if you can see this detail in the front, hopefully this gets into focus. But it's a little hexagon. I thought that was a really cute little detail. Or if you didn't want to do that, you can just knot the ends and call it a day. All right, the next pattern is called the Triple Pouch. This was, I would say, the most challenging for me. I don't know, I really had to think about it. I'll show you the bottom first. You can see there's 3 separate compartments in here. So I'll show you. So you unzip it at the top main area, And then when you open it, these two areas, here you have these two outer bags, and then you have this third area that has another zipper and opens up. And then also there's a slip pocket on either side of that. So you have a lot of storage going on here. So this would be a really great bag for just throwing in a tote bag, so you can keep everything really organized. And it's long enough you could fit pens and pencils in it, and a phone, quite a lot of stuff. Might make a good toiletry bag. Then we have the Boxy Pocket Pouch. This one has a lot of detail in it. So here it is. You can see it's definitely boxy and there are definitely pockets on it. So on this side we have a divided slip pocket. You can see it right there. On the other side we have a zippered pocket. This might be a good use of a large scale print too, because it's a nice solid uninterrupted space. So you can see there's the pocket. They have this little vinyl detail here just for fun. Then we've got some little zipper tabs on the side to help hold on to it as you unzip it. And then there is the inside. This would be another good toiletry bag. Next one we have, this one is called the Big Zip Pouch. And they are not kidding, it's pretty big. It is all the way in the back. Yeah, check that out. I've been using this to store my shoes in when I travel. It's pretty big, obviously, and it's got a fusible fleece on the inside, so it's pretty substantial. You can see it's not like a real flimsy bag. And then at the top, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a little flange on the zipper, which I thought was beautiful. And I use that same fabric inside for the lining. So incredibly useful. Next up, right, fabric boxes. These are really fun. So we've got them in two sizes. So of course here's the large one, and this uses Peltex and your favorite fabrics. That's pretty much it. And then you can see the smaller size here. I've been using this for my sewing clips. But if you can see in the picture, let me try to hold it up. If you have two of these, whoops, they kind of fit on top of each other along the side. So these would be great drawer organizers. Just something a little fancy. It'd be good in a desk drawer at work, or obviously in a sewing room. Next up we have a similar concept. This is called the sliding box. It's also using a lot of Peltex. So here's mine. I used an Essex linen at the top, and then just some cotton left over from another project for the little drawer thing. So it slides out completely. There is a handle on both sides, and then see it just slides into itself. So it wasn't that hard to make. You just, of course, want to measure very carefully so everything fits together. But I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for, to be honest, but it was fun to make and I liked it. And then we have the last pattern, which is the project tote. That is back here. And this is pretty sizable. This would make a good handbag. In the book, they suggest that maybe something like put yarn, so like a knitting project. I don't knit, but I mean, you can see the inside, it's pretty sizable. It's got a little slip pocket on the side. It seems like it would be good for that purpose. And then it closes with a magnetic snap. And these cutout handles are pretty cool, actually. These use Peltex as well. So, very cool. All right, so you can see there's a lot of projects in this one little book. So I hope this was helpful for you, and leave me a comment below and let me know which project you like the best. I'm having trouble deciding myself. I think, I don't know. I'm not sure I can decide. I think I'm going to go with maybe this one because it was the first one I made and there's just so much detail to it. But you let me know in the comments below what you think. Happy sewing!